What's good YouTube? Diogo Freitas here and welcome back to another video. Today, since we are approaching the end of March and the beginning of April, that for most people means cutting season, I'll be showing you how to set up your macros for a successful cut. So sit back, relax and enjoy, because without any further ado, we're gonna jump straight into the video. So before I show you how to set up your macros for a cut, let me tell you the two biggest mistakes, in my opinion, that people usually do while doing a cut. The first mistake is that thinking that I want to shred some fat, so I'm gonna completely eliminate fat from my diet. Let me explain you something. There are three macronutrients: the carbs, the fats, and the protein. And in order to survive, your body needs protein and fats. It needs them to perform all those basic tasks that it needs to do daily. The only macronutrient that you can completely eliminate is the carbs. But if you are working out, I highly recommend that you do not eliminate completely the carbs, because you'll be needing a fast source of energy in order to complete your workouts, and that energy will come from the carbs. So I always recommend that you reduce the carbs, but never completely eliminate them. And the second mistake that most people do is that thinking that by cutting down 1,000 calories will help them to lose weight faster. But again, there's a problem with that. Let me explain. Your body needs a certain amount of calories in order to maintain its weight. Let's say 2,400 calories just to maintain the weight. If you hit 2,700 calories, you will be starting to gain weight. And if you eat less calories, you'll be starting to lose weight. So what does these people think? If I cut 1,000 calories and start eating only 1,400 calories, my weight will go down much faster. But there's a problem with that. First, if you are trying to maintain muscle mass, you'll not be losing only fat, but muscle mass as well. And all the hard work that you put in to build your muscle will be thrown out of the window. And the second problem with that is that if you cut too many calories to start, your body, yes, will start to go down fast, but it will start to plateau at some point. And since we have cut so many calories already, you'll not be able to cut even further. Otherwise, you'll be starting to starve yourself. Here's what I recommend. Always start by cutting from 200 to 300 calories maximum. And you can start to measure your body weight every single day for a week and do the average, or simply measure your body weight from week to week. Of course, the first option will be more accurate, but both of them will work. And start to compare each week and see if you are still losing body weight. At some point, your body will stop dropping body weight. And that's when you do another 200 calories cut to your diet and start doing the measure again. And this go on until you have finished your cut. By doing this, you'll be ensuring that you have more calories to cut throughout your cutting season, and you'll be keeping as much muscle mass as possible. So with this in mind, now I will show you how to set up your macros for a cut. So if you remember, this was the piece of paper that I've used to shoot my video in how to calculate your macros. And today we'll be using the same example person that needs 2,400 calories to maintain its weight as our subject to calculate our new macros for a cut. So let's begin by writing down our calories. 2,400 calories. And if you haven't seen my previous video explaining not only how to calculate your macros but your calories as well, you can click on this link and you'll get straight to it. So let's say that we need 2,400 calories just to maintain our weight. What we're gonna do now? As I've told you in the beginning of the video, we need to cut from 200 to 300 calories from our maintenance. So let's say that we don't have a lot of excessive fat, so we can choose the 200 calories. We pick 2,400 calories and we're gonna subtract 200 calories, and that will give us 2,200 calories. And just to do a quick recap, 1 gram of protein have 4 calories. 1 gram of carbs has also 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. So with this in mind, we can start to calculate our macros. So as in the other video, we're gonna need our body weight in order to find out our macros. So let's say that we have 160 pounds. And in the other video, in order to find out how many protein did we need, I gave you the option to multiply your body weight from 0.75 to 1 gram. But today, since we are doing a cutting plan, we need more protein in order to maintain more muscle mass. So we're gonna multiply it by 1. And that will give us 160 grams of protein. And next, we're gonna calculate the fat. The fat is exactly the same as the previous video. We're gonna have our body weight again, and we're gonna multiply it for 0.73 or 0.74, depending on how much you like fat or carbs on your diet. If you like more carbs, you can go for the 0.3, and if you like more fat, you can go for the 0.4. I'll be choosing the 0.3. 160 times 0.3 will give us 48 grams of fat. That we can round up to 50 grams of fat, just to be easier. Now, how we have to do is to calculate how many calories does these two macros have. And to calculate that, it's really simple. We're gonna pick the amount of grams from protein that we have, and we're gonna multiply it by what? By 4, because each gram of protein has 4 calories. So let's multiply 160 times 4, and that will give us 640 calories. Let me adjust here. Okay, next we're gonna do the same to the fats. So let's pick our grams of fat that are 50 and multiply it by what? 9, because each gram of fat has 9 calories. So 50 times 9 will give us 450 calories. And now, how we have to do is to add these two together. So 640 calories from protein plus 450 will give us 1090 calories. And now all we have to do is to pick our total amount of calories, so 2200 calories, and subtract this amount of calories that we just calculated. So 2200 calories minus 1090 calories. That will give us 1110 calories. And now all we have to do is to do the reverse math. So we pick the 1110 calories and we're gonna divide it by 4, because each carbohydrate has 4 calories. So dividing this by 4, we're gonna end up with 277 grams of carbs. That we can round it down, since we have rounded up our fats to 275 grams of carbs, or even 270 grams of carbs. So now let's write down our macronutrients right here. So for protein, we'll have 160 grams. For fats, we'll have 50 grams. And for carbs, we'll have 270 grams. And now, as I've told you in the beginning of the video, every time you need to adjust your diet, because you'll need to adjust your diet in order to keep losing body fat or body weight, we're gonna take another 200 calories from our total. So let's say that you take 200 calories from the 2200 calories that we already have. That will give us 2000 calories. And where are you gonna pull those calories from? The carbs. And basically 200 calories equals 50 grams of carbs. So we will end up with the same amount of protein, the same amount of fat, but with 220 grams of carbs. And you're gonna do this every time you need to adjust your diet. Of course, if you want, you can take some calories from your fat, but don't go too low, because as I've told you, you need fat on your diet in order to survive. And that's basically it for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video and you take in consideration the advices that I have given you on the beginning of the video. Also, I hope you understand how to calculate your macros, because I think that this method is really simple. So, if you liked the video, don't forget to drop me a like, also to consider subscribing, so don't miss my next video coming next week. Also, comment down below what I should do next. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.